This is GD 201 Professional Practice, which is also known as Profit. My name is Jonathan Hall, and we're going to be talking about potholes today. What are potholes? A pothole is a type of failure in the asphalt pavement. They can be different shapes and sizes. Asphalt is also a bitumen. A bitumen is a type of sticky oil or liquid, as known. In Sample A, there's a pothole on a normal street. In Sample B, there's a pothole road. This whole road's full of potholes, and they've not fixed it. In Sample C, there's another pothole. Bitumen or asphalt pavement is made of stones, rocks, and soil. And they mix it all together, put the bitumen with it, and then it comes out this sticky black stuff that they pave the roads with. How are potholes formed? Well, in Sample A, you can see our 4 seasons, which is spring, winter, fall, and in the summertime. Of course, during this time, as you can see in Example B, and 1 on the left hand side top, you can see that we got weather. This then soaks through the pavement, which is this top layer. The subbase is the chemicals that the pavement or asphalt is made of. And then eventually, when it gets down to the soil that the asphalt is laid on, then you have what's called the freezing, which is 2 on the right top. Freezing, what that means is when it snows, the ground shifts up, as you see in that example with the arrows. As the thaw process happens, like during the summer or spring, once again you can see that it has another reaction. The thawing, the dirt and stuff goes down, which means in the freezing it puts the asphalt up, but when it defreezes, it keeps the asphalt as the same level that it froze at, so it don't move up or down. And then the last thing is you have your breakthroughs or break-ins, which means people drive over the bad road and they break it, and that's how potholes start. We can't tell when a pothole is going to start, but we know that something like this had to happen for the asphalt to break like that. How are potholes fixed? Well, in Sample A again, you got this quick fix. They come in bags like this. The bags value from size to size, and this bag starts at $20. There's also all kinds of asphalt, believe it or not. There's asphalt that lets you repave your asphalt, which treats it that way it fills in all the cracks and it makes it still looks good. Like it's a brand new pavement that you just bought and put down. And that prices like this can range from anywhere from $12, and then they can come in bucket sizes leading up to $89, which treat asphalt so that way it don't break down during the years. So in Example B, you have your normal crews out there putting in dry asphalt, and the heat will heat that up and form that hole for them. Some companies, they use heated asphalt. They have a truck that heats that asphalt on colder days. In Exhibit C, this is where things get turned around. On the right hand side of the picture of the white line is the street. Then on the left side, it is the sidewalk. They've started doing this because they had to put this down in in the winter time. The project's running late, and they could not wait and afford to wait in the summertime. So instead of, if you know anything about concrete, you cannot set concrete in the middle of the winter. It'll do the same thing that asphalt does. It'll crack open. So this is a quicker fix, and that's what they do. Sometimes, like small businesses that have potholes in their driveway or in front of their stores or in the parking lot, what they do is they wait until it gets so bad that they have to come in and repave everything. I'm not talking about just tearing it up. I'm talking about just putting a coat over it. Facts about pavement. The reason we use pavement is because it's smoother on our vehicles while we're driving. Next, it's good for yearly, which means it can last up to 15 years without being replaced. That means going in and tearing up the road and putting more asphalt down. And then it's cost effective, which means you can recycle asphalt. Asphalt, whenever it's recycled, it saves taxpayers $1.5 billion a year. And then let's talk about highways. Before, highways used to be all concrete. Now it's going to asphalt. Why? Because it turns down the highway noise for residents nearby. Now let's talk about some of the negative things about asphalt. People are careless and they want to drive through them, so it damages cars. People also die from asphalt. What I mean by that is the pavement on the highways. There was recently an incident where a motorcycle hit a pothole in the middle of the highway on asphalt, and he flipped his bike, and his bike come back down on him, instantly killed him. Next, whenever it rains or snows, everything sticks to it. It's a sticky surface. So you have slick roads, which causes crashes because people are not cautious. And then the last thing, it causes cancer, believe it or not. It's not the rocks or dirt, it's the oil of the asphalt that's in it. It's the reason why asphalt is sticky, is because the oil. Now, where did they really get asphalt from? You believe it's on the bottoms of lakes? There's a whole lake full of asphalt. And next, they're talking about improving roads. What can we do? Well, we can advance in better technology. 2 countries already has it where there are solar panel roads, which means every time somebody drives on the road, it takes the energy from the tires and it heats up the road. So this means no more snow, no more rain. But what if nobody's driving on the roads at the middle of the night? And what about all the oil that comes off our vehicles and stuff like that? So that's something that needs improvement, because I don't think you can correctly do that. If I was a business owner and I was leasing from a property, I would have in my contract that they come out, if any potholes occur, they come out and they fix it. If they don't, it should be rent deductible or tax deductible, which means you go out yourself and you buy them. Another thing is we have pothole.com or report.pothole.com or see a pothole and text it. That is very dangerous. I say this because the fact that we're not supposed to be texting and driving, and they want us to report a pothole while we're driving. How is that possible? It's not. You're breaking the law. The city should get on things like that, and they should hire more crew to go and do work like this, especially after the big storm that we just had recently. This winter's been bad. There's potholes all over the place. The taxpayers' monies are not being used properly, and this is the reason why. I should not drive down a street full of potholes every night to work. We're out. Here's a list of resources where I got my facts. This is Johnny, and I'm out.